it's going to start. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. Let's see, has it come through yet?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. It takes about 30 seconds on this end, which you've never been on this end before, have you?
Nope. Here we are. We're live.
Okay. I am getting on here.
Hi, Jean.
Do we have some people coming on that you can see? Okay. I am working on inviting a few. Let's see.
Hi, Laura.
Okay, you're seeing people. Hey, everyone. I'm just getting started here with helping some people get on here. And I'll be ready to go. How many people are you seeing, hun?
Right now we're at 5.
All right.
Woohoo!
Yeah. You know, with the weather being nicer, we might not see as many.
Yeah. Well, they're laws.
All right. So, I'm going to get out of here because I've tried to help some of them. Okay, I see
Catherine's on.
Bill. Hi, Kathy. Janet. Hey, Joy. Yay.
Hi, Madison.
Did Madison come on? That
Yep.
hasn't shown up on my computer. Yep. Okay. Jean, William, Laura. There's Madison. It just shows now. Shelly. Hi, Shelly. All right. We're getting enough people. I feel like I want to get the show on the road. So, love my little new welcome. If there's anyone new, go ahead and say hello. Bill is with me tonight, so...
Hello, everyone.
And, hi, Kristen. Hi, Kelly. Izzy's here also. Izzy isn't always here because sometimes she barks, so we don't always have her right up here. But it's a beautiful night out, so who knows who's going to be doing what. But tonight, I'm doing man cards, and it's... What's that?
Joy's on.
Oh, yeah. Joy. Janet's the one who said that comment last time. Excuse me, my throat's got something in it. The one about being 29, 30 times over or something. 30. Yeah. So, he laughed about that all the way to Wisconsin, Janet.
Yeah, but we blamed it on Joy.
No.
No.
Janet.
Janet.
Yeah. Well, we blame everything on Joy.
Yeah.
Joy's just our scapegoat.
Yep.
So, okay, I don't know why mine isn't. Is it showing comments or anything?
Yeah, you're up to 14. Everybody's saying hi.
Oh, okay. It is not showing me comments, and I don't know why. So,
Annals. Hi from MA.
you'll have to,
Nancy Fresenberg.
okay, hi, Nancy. It just totally clicked out on me, hun. So, you say hello to people, and I'm gonna get going.
Yep.
So, tonight we're going to do man cards. It's a fluke that Bill gets to be home with me tonight, but he is. So he's going to be helping me identify things and questions that I need to answer. Hopefully this can continue, but who knows. Bill, just a little bit. He's got some summer projects going on, and we're trying something new. What's it called?
Oh, hay bale or straw bale gardening.
Straw bale gardening. So we'll have to keep you informed on how that goes this year. But I had decided to do some man cards anyway, and then he comes home, and I thought, perfect. So I'm going to open up. Oh, wait, I can't do that yet. I can't show you in this catalog yet, I don't believe. I think I can show you just the cover. So I'm just going to have to show you the stuff. Shoot, huh?
Yep.
Because I don't think we're allowed to show inside the book until it goes live. And so I'm going to show you what we're going to be working with tonight. This is new. This comes out in June, so we're just a few weeks away now. It's called Rooted in Nature, and it is really stinking cute. It has matching framelits, and I'm going to be using this set more than just tonight. I can tell you I'm going to be using it. It doesn't necessarily have to be man cards. Look at this beautiful font. Isn't that great?
Madison says you're teasing her.
I'm teasing her. Madison. Okay, well, you're going to have to come over here then, Madison. But it's got these matching, are these, I don't know what they call these. These are framelits this time. But these ones do embossing, and I don't have the pad for it yet that we're supposed to use, so I'm not going to be using those tonight. But I just wanted to show you that. In fact, while I've got this open, we're going to be using this one later. So, I'm going to start actually with the other stamp set. What I like about this is we have this background stamp that I think would look and work really wonderfully with this. It comes with beautiful paper. Are there questions, honey?
No questions yet.
Hi, Carmen. I can see Carmen. Hi, Beverly. Yay. Hi, Nancy. I'm seeing a few more people. Okay, it has this beautiful paper, and it might just be easiest if I pull it out because I've been ripping into it, as you can see. It's got, any comments?
No comment.
It's got these pretty leaves. I love this color combination. And actually, I use this paper. It's going to be hard to see. I'm going to show you one of the cards that I made. It's in the catalog, and I was going to show you in the catalog how I kind of cased one of the cards, but since I can't open up the catalog, you'll just have to see my pretty card. I should just take the credit. Oh, I did this all by myself. I mixed it up just a little bit what they had in the catalog, but that's this paper kind of behind it, kind of wonky. Wonky. I say that just for Madison. So isn't that pretty? Okay. Anyway, it's got this, and this is going to be the inspiration of my first card tonight. Here's another pretty piece of this, and I love that stripe. And the color combo on this is Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Grapefruit Grove, which is a new one, Mint Macaron, which is a returning one, Petal Pink, Rich, which is a new one, Rich Raspberry, Soft Suede, Tranquil Tide, and Whisper White. So, but I do want to show you this because the Rich Raspberry and these purples, I might just pull this all out. Isn't that pretty? Look at how pretty that is. What do you think, Bill? Can you see it very good?
I think it's really cute.
Putting you on the spot for saying pretty.
Pretty.
I feel pretty. Hi, Josh. Hi, Brina. Hi, Donna. I just looked over and saw a few people more come in. Some more pretty paper. Look at this one. Mom, you have to be drooling on the purples, because these new purples I think are going to be killer. I think this is a Blackberry Bliss. So anyway, I'm going to put this aside for now. So that's the matching paper that goes with this set and framelits. There's also this fun, what do they call this? Nature's Twine. And look at this. It's got kind of, I think that's a soft suede, a Blackberry Bliss. This is that Grapefruit Grove and Mint Macaron, which is one of my favorites. It has that. So let's get started with the first card that we're going to make here. And I went ahead to save some time. Oh, it also has, that comes in this. Is there a question?
No question.
Okay. There's, is these little leaf embellishments in kind of a copper and silver. I think they're really pretty. I don't know if that shows up well. Okay, so on this first card, I'm also going to be using that stamp set, but I'm also going to be using the Better Together stamp set, and just for the happy birthday. Because when you're making man cards, there's going to be, me and Bill were kind of teasing before here, there's no bows, there's no glitter, there's going to be...
None of that sissy stuff.
None of that sissy stuff. There's going to be... There's going to be metal. In fact, we're going to be using a piece of foil paper tonight. This is the champagne foil paper, and that's cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And there's going to be, what did you say? Beard hair and I can't remember what else.
Sawdust.
Sawdust. There you go. And then a piece of Whisper White at 3 3/4 by 5.
Hi, Bill and Trina.
Trina's here? Awesome. Okay, and this is our new... Did your Aunt Barb make it?
No, I haven't seen her yet.
Okay. This is our brand new... I think it's called... What's it called? It is called Blueberry Bushel. And I love this blue. And I'm going to mix that with mint macaron today. And like I said, my inspiration for this card was this leaf pattern. So I went ahead and I've loaded up my leaves. Let me just get everything. Oh, see, we got burlap. That's man ribbon.
Yeah, that's fun.
So you should say, okay, you must be able to see people before I am. Okay, because I am going to be stamping off of my paper, I want to have a scrap piece down, and I'm going to open up my stamp pads. These are the new ones, so you open it like a compact and slide it. What I like about this, however, I haven't done this, but I'm going to show you anyway, is that I'm supposed to be sticking, I did it on this one, so this is the mint macaron, because when your pads are open, it's hard to tell the difference in the color, so they have a little sticker down here that you can put, and then you know what color you have. So I'm just going to have to be careful. But mint macaron and blueberry bushel. Okay. I'm going to start with the 2 leaf images in that stamp set that I was showing you. That kind of reminded me of that paper. And I'm going to just do some random stamping. So you guys know me, I like to...
Off as always.
Well, yeah, stamp on the scrap paper first. And let me just see what this one does.
Fran says hi.
Hi, Fran. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to I'm going to stamp off of my cardstock here. So I'm going to ink it up pretty good, and then I'm going to do some random stamping. So we're going to get... This is called mint macaron, Bill. What do you call it?
Green. It's just a green.
No, it's not just a green. It's mint macaron. I can't sell you on that one, can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like the blue.
It's blueberry bushel.
Blueberry bushel.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take where I started here, and I'm going to fill in, and I'm going to actually kind of overlay just whatever I think looks good with that. Oh, I'm going to put more up here, I think, because this is so pretty. There we go.
All kinds of hearts.
Is there?
Yep.
Doesn't it just... So for this piece of paper, which is what gave me the idea, here I am. It's the same thing. You can just use whatever color you want. You know, have fun with it anyway.
A lot of wows.
A lot of wows? Yeah, because it is so pretty. Okay. Now, right now, this...
Madison agrees. It's just green.
It's just green. Madison, it's not green. Madison remembers the days of certainly celery.
Yeah.
So, although she always made fun of always artichoke, certainly celery, they've named them after food. Mm-hmm. Okay, This is not going to be in our new catalog, so it is retiring, but while I still have it, I am going to use it. So I'm just going to, while I've got this down here, I'm going to go ahead and use my Stampin' Up jig to kind of line up the happy birthday, and I'm going to use that.
Gotta love that Stampin' Up jig.
I do love it. I'll be sad when it goes out, but I'll probably still use it, I'll be honest. So it goes out at the end of this month. They won't carry it anymore. They're going to have the Stamparatus, which I like, but I like this too. I just like them differently. So, okay, so I made my happy birthday here. And now I'm going to share a few tips. What do you got there?
Madison remembers the artichoke.
Oh, yeah, there was Cucumber Crush, and we've had fun names. Okay, this is foil paper, and foil paper, it isn't that expensive, but it tends to be a little bit spendy, and I can't remember if it was my friend Joy or if it was my friend Kathy who said, oh, I always sneak something out of the middle of that because I'm stingy with it. So I decided, since I'm on camera, I'm going to share this tip of what she's talking about. Which one was it? Joy or... I don't remember who said that, but... So I use the Starburst punch a lot. This is the champagne foil paper. And I'm going to sneak it in here so that I can still see the edge. And I'm going to punch out one there. And I'm going to sneak it in the other way because...
Joy says she learned it from Dina.
Yeah, I learned it from Dina too. And there. And now... when I go and layer these pieces up, I'm going to have two other pieces that I can use for other things. But when I go and layer this up right on top, no one's going to rip apart my card to see that I snuck some of that expensive paper out of there. So just a little tip. You can see I was trying different stamping. There's always two sides to a card, you know. Okay, so... here's the tip that another tip that I want to teach everyone is when you're gluing on this foil paper, do just a thin bead of glue on here. And I normally say this gives you a little wiggle room, but I'm going to do that because last time I did it, it squishes out differently on this paper, and it squished out onto my foil piece, and then it made a snarfo. And that's a technical term too, because I learned it from my mom. Snarfo. Snarfo and wonky. Okay, so this gives me just a minute to line it up and let it glue on. That green glue is pretty tacky. So now we're going to put it on our back. Can we see where, on our card base? Can we see where I'm going with this? I did a 1/4 inch. If I'm going to have foil paper, I want it to show. So I did a 1/4 inch edging around here. Oh, look, we're not done. We got to do the embellishments on this, but boy, that sure is pretty.
Yeah, it does look sharp.
Does anyone else think it looks good? Am I getting any hearts or anything? Not yet?
Yep, here they go.
Oh, here they go. Okay. All right, so now we're going to take, this is our burlap ribbon.
Joy says it looks classy.
Yeah. I love that, Joy, even though I blame her for everything. Okay. So I'm going to just take a little snip here out of this end to give it kind of a, oh, what do you call that?
Diagonal.
Diagonal! Words are hard. And then I'm going to cut a straight across. And my newest favorite. I didn't think I was going to like this as much as I actually do end up liking this. I thought I was going to be addicted to fast fuse forever, but this tear and tape has really kind of grown on me for a lot of reasons, and one of them is putting down ribbon. I've got a couple of techniques I'm going to show on this, but it's so super tack and sticky. So here's my trick. Put it on the ribbon in this situation and rub your bone folder over it to get it tacked down there. The problem is getting it off when you have no fingernails, because I've broke these down so far. There we go. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to line up my straight edge up here. And am I in camera, Bill?
You are.
Okay, because up to the top of that white. There we go. There we go. We got us a little banner hanging down. And these are our True Gentleman buttons. And I love them because they have that wooden look. So I'm going to take one of these big groovy ones. I wasn't saying groovy like the 70s. I was saying groovy like it's got grooves in it, but maybe it came across like the 70s. I don't know. Or was that the 60s? I'm too young. I don't know.
Joyce says try the Pierce Pokey tool to pull off that tape.
Oh, that's a good idea. Joy always has good ideas. You have to say it loud enough so that everyone can hear it, so I don't have to repeat it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, and then I'm going to take some of this mint macaron, or what color, Bill?
Just green.
It's not just green, it's mint. And we're not doing a bow because men don't need bows. We're doing a knot on twine.
That's right.
That's right. So we're just
twine is good ribbon.
Twine isn't ribbon, it's twine.
It's man ribbon. What are you talking about?
Man ribbon. Okay. Let's see. And I'm just going to stick it on a glue dot here and pull that up. And I'm going to stick that in the middle. So we got our knot in the middle, and I'm going to trim these down. Doesn't need to be hairy, just to the point. So here we go.
Voila.
Voila is what you said. So, quick, simple, no bow, no glitter, but we've got some metal, and we've got some wood and burlap and twine, right?
That's right.
So that's how we do our man card. So this one was kind of simple.
Man ribbon. Your mom liked that comment.
Man ribbon. Okay, so that's our first one. Now the second one is a little bit more stepped up. So let me put some of this stuff out of the way.
Barb's on. Hi, Barb.
Hi, Barb. Hi, Gwen. Did you say hi to Gwen?
I didn't see Gwen. Hi, Gwen.
Well, good. She was being sneaky, that's why. You know them Minnesotans. So, Gwen, what you missed out on, did they just come on?
I don't know.
This was my first man card. Bill's here tonight. So, what we did is we pulled our inspiration from that paper to do the man card. And I had done this watercolor one that I kind of copied from the catalog, and I was showing that. So we're going to set these aside for a moment and go on. I'm just cleaning up here. We're going to go on to our next card. And what do I got?
Oh, Gwen's saying she has to keep us on our toes.
Yeah.
She saw it. Very nice card.
Oh, she saw it?
She saw it.
Is that what you said?
She saw it. Yep.
She saw it. Okay. So we're going to use the same stamp set again, that Rooted in Nature one that I showed you. And we're going to go for our second card. And we're going to do a little bit of embossing. And okay, we've got, I saw Kristen Lafrito Wenzel join, right? She's on here? Good, because she was wanting to know about embossing. So let's get our products out. And let's start with that. So, this one's got quite a few layers to it, so I will go through and tell you about the layers. So I did, this is the Stitch Shapes framelits, and so it's circle, oval, and square. And today I'm going to be using the largest circle from this, but for those who are beginners and don't have any layering ovals or framelits yet, or circles or squares, this is a great way to start if you don't have any of them yet, because you get a little bit of each instead of those big packs. So, and this one's done in the largest. Jean's
saying hi to Pearl.
Oh, Jean's saying hi to Pearl. Yep, she's there. This is Tranquil Tide that I'm using for that. And I went ahead and pre-cut it out on the big shots. We're going to have to do some big shots work today, but we're going to do a crumb cake card base. I have a Tranquil Tide at 4 by 5 1/4 cut for our mat. Our piece that we're going to be doing our focal point on is 3 7/8 by 5 1/4. That will just fit right on top of that. I wanted a smaller border than the last card that we have. And we're going to be using a piece of our wood grain paper cut at 3 7/8. Okay, so let's start with our, well, where do I want to start? Let's start with our background and go forward. Okay. So, it is. I just don't know where I want to start. I make stuff up as I go. So, I'm going to do a little stamping off here. And I'm going to use the crumb cake. Oh, did I see some hearts?
Oh yeah, all kinds of hearts tonight.
All right. Okay, so I'm using crumb cake cardstock, and I'm using the crumb cake ink pad. And I'm going to take the leaf, the one that has the 3-leaf image on here. And I'm just going to do a little, what I do.
Hi, Lori.
Which Lori? Lori Monkey?
Yep.
Oh,
sister.
Hi, Monk. So I'm going to just do a little background stamping on here. Bill says hi. He's joining us tonight. And I wonder why I cannot see anybody's comments tonight. Okay. So I'll just start on the bottom because I can see it better. I'm going to stamp off the paper with this image and just color on color. And I'm going to do a few of these and just random. That fits pretty nicely. Maybe I'll go in a little bit farther on the next one. Okay. And there. And there. Okay, so little background stamping, crumb cake on crumb cake. And so I'm going to set that, well, I'm going to take my 4-inch, let's see, what did I say this was? 3 by 3 7/8 inch piece of wood grain. And there's 2 sides to this paper, but I just felt like that had a little more color to it. So, like I said, there's kind of a lot of layers to this. And I'm going to hook this right down to that. And I'm going to do that in the center. This is why I like the green glue, because I can move it just a little bit. Okay. Now, let's start with, let's see, I want to do another tip before before I change out of this crumb cake ink. So I picked out of this stamp set. What did I do with the stamp set? Okay, thanks. I picked Words Are Never Enough. There's a couple of different, thank you for all you do, words are never enough, but I liked this Words Are Never Enough. This would be great as a Father's Day card, because I know that's coming up. It could say, you are wonderful inside. It could say, you are wonderful, words are never enough. You could do Happy Father's Day on the inside. It could be on the outside. I chose Words Are Never Enough because they really aren't for the men in our life for a lot of the things that they do. So here's my tip. When you are using, I got a couple of them on here. I'm using a thin word stamp, and I like to use a block bigger than the stamp. And if you see, normally I lay it down and I pick it up. Well, I laid it down and I picked it up this time, and then I went to stamp it, and you see how it's wonky, it's off, it's not straight at the bottom. Does that show very well? Mm-hmm. Okay. Hi, Chris. Chris Kaiser just joined, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, sometimes they're not cut straight. So the company, they're still perfectly good stamps, but they're not actually cut straight. And a lot of times you'll get like a little ridge that hangs over, and you guys know I'm phenomenal for cutting those off, so I don't get that. But I always test it and it looks straight on the test paper, but then when you go on the page, and I just want that little bitty section, and as you see, there's two sides to every page. So we're going to try this again. So what I did is I took that into consideration, and I'm not lining it up with the, am I making sense, Bill?
Yeah.
The rubber it's not cut straight, so I can't line it up with the bottom of the rubber. So what I have to do is compensate for how that goes up on the end. So let me stamp it in here, and let's see if I can do better. So that's one tip. I hooked it on, oh boy, I do need to cut that down because that does give a halo effect. To keep from the halo effect on some of those is when you ink it, small stamp, small pressure. If you rock it, well, figures. If you rock it, not only does it smear, but you can get some of that halo effect on there. And that is filthy now, so I'm going to clean it. So just put it a little bit off center on your block is what I'm getting at, and keep the block so you can see through it bigger than where you're stamping, and that sometimes helps. Two sides to every paper, so if it doesn't, see, I went up again. It's almost like you have to test. Good thing paper isn't the cost of gold. Okay, so there we go. Much better. I think that was way too long of an explanation.
No, it wasn't. It's actually quite helpful.
Okay.
Don't rock it.
Don't rock. Don't rock your stamp. I'm going to just cut this off really quick because I wanted this pretty tight on here. There we go. And we'll use that in just a minute. So I'll set that aside. Now to go on with the next sheet, I'm going to use, Bill, do you know what an Emboss Buddy is?
No, what is an Emboss Buddy?
Okay, it's this little sock-filled bag that has chalk in it. Why would I use Emboss Buddy? Do you have any idea? Hi, Deb. Glad to see you join tonight. It's because all the oil's on your fingers.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Yeah, you don't want
You don't
that.
want that on the...
Right. So, is Kristen? Can you see Kristen? I want to make sure she's seeing that. And Karen, if you're on here, I'm just wiping it easy with the Emboss Buddy to help. I'm going to use Versamark ink. And I'm going to use this big elm stamp, and I'm going to stamp this up. And on these big stamps, I tend to take my my ink pad to my stamp and make sure. Now, I wasn't sure how this was going to emboss up, but it ended up turning out pretty good. So I'm going to put this down on that area that I did the embossing over and give that just a second to transfer that glue over. Yay. So you can't see anything really. Can you see it on or not? Kind of?
Kind of.
It's kind of, okay, well.
It looks good though.
Okay, well that's not what it's going to stay looking like. Now I always put my embossing powders, I label each of them separately. I have a little spoon in one of these cheap little, I don't know if it's Ziploc, I don't know who it is. I'm not going to advertise for anyone, but this is the copper color embossing powder. And I'm going to do this elm tree like so. I'm going to tap off that excess. And because this is a really detailed image, I'm going to make sure I get all those. Now does it show up better?
Yes.
Okay, on the camera?
I'm watching.
Okay. Is yours in real time?
No, there's a delay. That's why if I don't answer right away.
Okay.
Delay.
Okay.
That's cool.
So, this is our heat tool. And I had a different heat tool on. I couldn't see investing in another one except for until I got this one. Then I understand what all the hubbub was about. It's got 2 settings. So off, low, and then high. Well, this heats up on the end. And so preheat it. And just to keep, oops, that embossing powder from blowing around and ruining my image, I'm going to start on the back. I will do on the back and the front. I've heard people do it both ways. Tell me if you can see this.
Yeah, look at that. That's awesome.
Can you see it start to change?
Oh yeah. That's
Okay.
cool.
Is everybody else? Okay, I'm looking Kristen and Karen if they can see it. I think Karen may have done it, but I know Kristen told me she hadn't. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to let that dry a minute. Now, I did copper embossing powder on crumb cake. And I'm going to let that sit just a second while I come back in, and I'm going to glue this background to this.
Jean's wanting to know, heat from the back first and then the front, or all from the back?
Well, this time I did it all from the back because I've done it both ways, but this has very little flex and I didn't want them to move. And sometimes you can heat it from the front and it will move the embossing powder around.
Kristen says, I can see.
Good. I just wanted to make sure. Which Kristen? I've got like 3 Kristens that... well, there's 2 Kristen Wenzels. Is it Lafredo? Yeah.
Lafredo.
Good shot, honey. Good shot. Okay. Okay, so I glued that little bitty. Now this one I do have as a 1/8 instead of a 1/4 like the last card. But okay, so we got that layer on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that right onto my card base. You just keep telling me if there's comments, because this is easier for me than trying to... What do you think about Bill being here helping? Isn't he sweet?
Kind of like that assistant, you know, read it.
That's right.
Along.
That's right. It does make it... It does make it easier for me. Okay, now, really quick, I am going to pull over my Big Shot.
Here comes the Big Shot, guys.
Okay, so I have my magnetic platform. Here's how I'm going to build this. An acrylic cutting pad. My image. What did I do with... Remember me saying I'm going to take this out? My cutting...
Checker magnet blades.
It's not where it's supposed to be. So what did I do with it, guys? I just had it sitting out here.
Ann says I'm doing great.
Who says that?
Ann Olson.
Hi, Ann. He is doing great. Now, if he could just... I just had it, Bill. The whole project is based on me cutting this image out.
Oh, my.
Where, do you see it anywhere?
Mm-mm.
Come on, you guys. Do you see it anywhere on my desk?
Nope.
Hi, Brenda. What? Bill.
Where did it go?
Yeah, you tell me where it went. Well, this is not good. These are the things that you dread when you're on live. Is that you're going to lose something really important. And I did. Did you find it? Oh, don't spew that around. You did, didn't you? Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to cut to the chase. So, I cut the image out. I used the Tranquil Tide circle that we had cut earlier. I cut the image out on the Big Shot, and I'll figure out where that framelit went. Probably right in front of me. And then I went ahead and glued this down, and I used dimensionals to pop it up. And then I took that piece that we cut out, and I did I glued it on here.
Julie says it's off to your left.
Who says what?
It was off to your left, Julie.
Julie says it was off to...
It was off to the left before, so...
Yeah, I don't know where it went to. So it makes...
Next to your light box.
Next to my light box.
Next to the orange bowl. Well.
That's my right. So, okay. But anyway, and then I went ahead and took another one of these, I think... What?
Gwen says I stole it. I didn't steal it.
I believe Gwen would steal it. I do. I believe that. So, let's bring these cards back out here. So, we've got this one, and this one, and this one. So, this one I wouldn't say with the lace. I think that is good for a female card too. It doesn't, you know, I suppose you wouldn't have to have that. But on these two, these are our man cards. We've got our foil and our wood buttons and wood grain and our elm tree. How can you go wrong on that, right? So there's a lot more I want to do with this set. It is very versatile. Am I seeing... Oh, I'm seeing some loves here.
Yeah, Madison's laughing at you.
Why is she laughing?
Because you lost that.
Well, I'm old, Madison. You'll understand someday. I'm just like my mother, and you're going to be just like yours. So it's an important piece, too, so I'm not really thrilled about it. Because I did take it out thinking, I better get this out. But
we'll find it.
We'll find it. Okay, so let's go on. We've still got our drawing yet, and my spiel. I have a couple of things I want to talk to you about. Please go ahead and share my video. Please, 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 please. Word of mouth is how I get business, and I would really appreciate you to share my video. If you do share my video, you'll be entered into my weekly drawing for a giveaway. If you would like to order any items from me, I sure would love your business. If you're doing anything that's under $150, please use the host code SEHFSXYM. If it's over $150, I want you to get the host points for that, so don't disregard using that, but it'll ask you on there. You can find me at Piccadilly Stamping. Remember, there's no G on Piccadilly or stamping. There's no G on Piccadilly anywhere.
That's awesome.
Every Wednesday night, it's harder than it looks, Bill. I'm going to come to you live. There are a lot of perks to being a demonstrator. Remember, these items right now that I have ahead of time are things that I get because I'm a demonstrator. You don't have to sell Stampin' Up to be a demonstrator to get those little perks, and there's a lot of little perks in there. You can always find my link to my store at my blog spot. It's Piccadilly Stampin' at blogspot.com. I do want to remind you, we still have this month the Share What You Love early release. This is the one thing that they're releasing early to the public, is this suite. We did the cards last week. I think this will look familiar, and oh, I don't know where the other one went, but this is from that suite that I did last week, and it's got the pearlized paper. The reason why I'm reminding you, is a beginning suite, there is a little bit more bundle, and then gotta have it all bundle. They're offering freebies in these bundles. On the starter kit, they're offering free note cards and envelopes. On the little bit more, they're offering Share What You Love embellishment kit as well as free vanilla envelopes, and they're offering the Statement of the Heart vanilla envelopes and the Share What You Love embellishment kit. You are all also able to order the In Color collection at 10% off. Now, to sweeten this deal on what the company has already for you, I'm going to throw in a PFD file of 30 projects that you can use to make these. It'll have the descriptions, it'll have a picture, so that you can make the different cards. That's 30. That's a pretty sweet deal, and I don't know, if I had to put a value on that, I'd say, I don't know, $50 value?
Or more.
Yeah, easily. So, this is the time. It's free to the public early. Okay, done with all that. So, Bill, do you want to be... Okay, we had a lot of names go in this time, and Bill's going to be my guest drawer. So let's get some drum rolls, please. Now, how do you get in my drawing for free prizes? Share my video. Madison says you two are adorable. Okay, you ready? You could do it in a drum roll?
Drum roll.
That just sounds like... Okay, who do we got?
Lane.
He drew his own name. I tell you what, do you think that he rigged it or what? Let's get back in here and make you an honest man. Okay? Brina Burgeon. Did I say that right? Brina Burgeon, you won. Okay, wait a second, Bill. Let's see. Brina, I have for you some doilies. Okay? And Bill, let's do another drawing. Yeah, let's do another one. Let's see.
A lot of names in there this week.
There was a lot of names in there. Okay, so.
In there.
Brenda you won. So we're going to get out some baker's twine for Brenda. Yes, right there. Brenda, you won some baker's twine. So I will be sending that to you. Okay, you guys. I'm glad that I can come to you each week, that you support me in this. I hope you enjoyed tonight. If you have any questions, let me know. And that was more of a motorboat than a drum roll.
Oh.
We'll have him work on that, okay? That still sounds like a motorboat, honey. All right. Good night, everyone. I will see you next week.